13 months before Mr. Depp sued you and you chose not to pay it to the charities you pledged it to. Is that correct, Ms.
I
Heard?
disagree with your characterization of that.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp have been entangled in a prolonged courtroom dispute for several years, a process that has quietly consumed vast financial resources through legal costs, missed opportunities, and widespread public scrutiny. This situation did more than strain public images. It placed immense pressure on personal finances, and while both were affected, Johnny Depp carried the greater financial burden. The question that naturally follows is a simple one. How much money did Johnny Depp truly lose, and how did it gradually slip away? To understand that, we need to step back. There was a time when Depp stood at the very peak of Hollywood success. Forbes named him the highest-paid actor from June 2009 to June 2010. During that period, his income flowed steadily and his career seemed unstoppable. Yet those years did not last forever. Over time, his financial standing began to erode, slowly and visibly. The extended legal dispute with Amber Heard placed continuous strain on his resources, reaching far beyond the courtroom itself. The financial impact spread into his professional life as well. Soon after the decision became public, Johnny confirmed the news himself through an Instagram post, writing, "I wish to let you know I've been asked to resign by Warner Brothers. From my role as Gellert Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, I have respected and agreed to that request." That single moment carried significant financial consequences, costing him millions, and it was not the first major role to quietly slip away. Nearly a year earlier, Johnny had already parted ways with one of his most recognizable characters, Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. These roles were not only culturally iconic, they were also long-term financial anchors. Losing both created a sudden and lasting gap in his income, reshaping his financial landscape in ways that were difficult to reverse. Now we move to the second major factor, the divorce settlement. Amber Heard filed for divorce in May 2016, just over a year after their marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. Public discussion surrounding their relationship quickly drew widespread attention, turning the separation into a constant media focus. The divorce was finalized in January 2017, and it carried a substantial financial outcome. That statement alone reflected just how intense and emotionally charged the separation had become. The judge also declined Johnny Depp's request to impose financial penalties, and according to reports, both parties agreed to cover their own legal expenses. As part of the settlement, Amber Heard was granted care of the couple's pets, including their dogs, Pistol and Boo, as well as their horse. Johnny Depp did not leave the situation empty-handed. He retained ownership of several significant assets, including homes in the Bahamas and in France, along with an extensive collection of vehicles, ranging from luxury cars to boats and golf carts. Even so, the financial impact was substantial and difficult to overlook. The loss of liquid funds was real, and it marked a turning point in his financial story. That brings us to the third major factor, the widely discussed figure of a $100 million loss. This is where the situation becomes even more complex. By this point, many people were aware that Johnny Depp responded with a $50 million legal claim after Amber Heard published a widely circulated opinion piece in the Washington Post in December 2018. Although his name was not mentioned, his legal team maintained that the reference was unmistakable. Technically, the filing was submitted in August 2020, though details only surfaced later, and the financial implications were significant. Reports indicated that Amber Heard was seeking $100 million in damages. In her filing, she argued that Johnny Depp's ongoing legal action in the United States was, in her view, a continuation of what she described as harmful personal conduct. It is important to note that Depp's own claim sought half that amount in compensatory damages. Amber's legal team presented further claims as well. According to the filing, they alleged that Depp and those working with him attempted to influence public opinion online. The document stated that numerous accounts were created to shape the narrative and that online petitions were encouraged, including one calling for her removal from the Aquaman franchise. If the countersuit were successful, Depp could have faced financial responsibility totaling $100 million. This represented a financial challenge few could have anticipated. We now turn to the fourth factor, his management team. During the libel proceedings, Depp revealed a striking financial disclosure. He stated that he had lost approximately $650 million, largely earned during the height of his Pirates of the Caribbean success. In addition, he claimed to have accumulated around $100 million in unpaid taxes. He attributed these losses to former business managers, whom he accused of serious financial mismanagement and misconduct. On the final day of testimony in the libel proceedings, Depp addressed allegations raised by Heard, including claims related to an incident at her 30th birthday gathering in 2016, which she associated with personal tensions following difficult financial news. Depp denied the allegations and explained that he was still learning how to manage his finances after dismissing his previous team. Speaking to the court, he stated that his former business managers had taken quite a lot of my money. He added, "I had no idea about the money or amounts of money since Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3. It's ludicrous to have to state. It's quite embarrassing." Depp went on to explain that he had earned approximately $650 million at the height of his career. However, after parting ways with those managers, he claimed that not only was that fortune gone, but he also found himself owing around $100 million due to unpaid taxes accumulated over 17 years. This disclosure marked another major blow to finances already under significant strain from legal costs, lost work, and ongoing financial instability. The situation grew into something far larger than a single courtroom dispute. The consequences extended into nearly every part of his professional life. His public image, once considered secure, came under constant examination, and the sustained attention made studios and brands increasingly cautious. Hollywood operates on perception, and when uncertainty surrounds an actor, opportunities often fade quietly. Then there is the sheer financial weight of the legal process itself. Court fees, legal representation, travel, and expert testimony all accumulate at an astonishing pace. Even a favorable outcome does little to recover the vast sums spent simply navigating complex legal proceedings. Every filing, every motion, and every appeal places further strain on resources that were already under pressure.
Beyond the financial burden, the constant stress and public attention carried their own cost. Career choices are rarely made in isolation. Each potential role, interview, or public appearance became influenced by the surrounding controversy. Studios grew cautious. Public discussion intensified across media platforms, and even routine professional decisions turned into careful calculations. The result was a gradual drain affecting multiple areas at once. His career momentum slowed, public perception shifted, and financial stability weakened. The ripple effects reached far beyond one individual. Friends, assistants, and professional partners found themselves drawn into the spotlight, facing attention they never sought. Collaborations quietly unraveled, projects stalled, and future possibilities faded. The impact extended beyond numbers alone. It became a form of professional erosion, difficult to quantify, yet deeply felt in every negotiation and opportunity. With his name repeatedly linked to high-profile disputes and financial figures, the strain continued to mount. The losses were not sudden, but steady, unfolding piece by piece. The losses have spread in many directions at once, from missed roles and withdrawn endorsements to escalating legal expenses and long-lasting reputational strain. Each new day seemed to bring another headline, another filing, another wave of public discussion. The Depp-Heard saga became more than a Hollywood controversy. It evolved into a financial storm that reshaped nearly every part of Johnny Depp's life. A fortune once vast was gradually reshaped by prolonged legal disputes, vanished opportunities, and unrelenting public attention. With additional legal actions still unfolding, the pressure showed little sign of easing. The impact continued, raising a deeper question: not only how much had been lost, but whether full recovery was ever truly possible. After Johnny Depp stepped away from the witness stand, attention turned to his assistant, Stephen Deuters. When asked about a reported incident during a private flight in May 2014 from Boston to Los Angeles, Deuters told the court he observed no aggressive behavior. Claims had suggested a tense encounter, but Deuters described Depp as calm, reserved, and low-key throughout the journey. He recalled that Depp spent much of the flight drawing and painting, fully focused on his creative work. Deuters also noted that Depp had been dealing with prescription medication at the time, which left him subdued rather than outwardly reactive. His account presented a quieter, more introspective image than what public narratives had implied, even during periods of personal turmoil. From there, attention turned to another factor in the financial story: Johnny Depp's spending habits. This aspect has long been debated because while legal matters strained his finances, his personal financial decisions also played a significant role. His spending patterns became widely discussed, and his former management team had much to say about them. According to reports, the conflict with his former management group, TMG, intensified after Depp filed a $25 million lawsuit alleging serious financial mismanagement. The company responded by defending its record, stating that over 17 years it had worked to keep his finances afloat, often under difficult circumstances. However, they also acknowledged there were limits to what they could control. TMG argued that they had no authority over Depp's personal spending or the ability to restrain what they described as an extremely costly lifestyle. Large sums were directed towards purchasing and furnishing multiple properties, acquiring dozens of luxury vehicles, maintaining a yacht, and covering the ongoing costs of a private jet, reportedly reaching $200,000 per month. And that was only part of the picture. Additional spending included fine jewelry, artwork, film memorabilia, and the salaries of a large full-time staff. In simple terms, Depp's lifestyle was expansive and indulgent. While alleged missteps by his management team may have contributed to his financial strain, his own spending habits clearly added further pressure. Today, the exact state of Johnny Depp's finances remains uncertain, but it is clear that costly personal and professional matters continue to accumulate. The scale of the public conflict, the legal disputes, and the financial losses has made this one of Hollywood's most striking financial sagas. Yet even with the lawsuits, the lost roles, and years of costly choices, Johnny Depp's story has not reached its final chapter. Despite the turbulence, he remains a recognizable figure in the industry, and many continue to watch closely to see what comes next. While his public image has faced strain, his creative ability and screen presence have not disappeared. There is still the possibility that major film projects or carefully chosen comeback roles could help stabilize his finances. However, the landscape is far more uncertain now. The long-running public dispute with Amber Heard has left lasting impressions that money alone cannot easily resolve. Viewers and commentators continue to debate responsibility, and the conversation keeps resurfacing across media platforms. This sustained attention carries real consequences. It shapes how studios evaluate risk and influences how much they are willing to invest. Each casting discussion and contract negotiation unfolds under constant observation, making financial recovery more complex than before. There remains a quiet sense their return is still possible if the right project finds its moment. A carefully chosen film, a respected dramatic role, or a meaningful partnership with a major streaming platform could slowly bring both fortune and public standing back into balance. But such a return would demand patience, thoughtful decisions, and steady guidance shaped by the lessons of years marked by financial strain and prolonged legal struggles. At its core, the Johnny Depp saga reflects a complicated intersection of public scrutiny, personal decisions, and financial unraveling. Lost opportunities, overwhelming legal expenses, competing claims, and an expansive lifestyle converged into a storm few could manage without consequence. And yet, the story has not reached its conclusion. Attention remains fixed, outcomes remain uncertain, and a single well-timed project could still shift the narrative in an unexpected direction. This is not merely a tale of rumor or fleeting controversy. It is a portrait of Hollywood itself, where fame, wealth, and consequence move together in a fragile balance. Whether Depp is able to rebuild what was lost, or whether ongoing pressures continue to shape his path, only time will provide clarity. What is certain is that this chapter has already secured its place as one of the most closely followed celebrity stories in recent memory. If this story resonated with you, feel free to share your perspective in the comments. You're invited to like this video if the journey felt meaningful, and subscribe to continue exploring stories shaped by time, choice, and consequence. See you in the next story.